The government are to crack down on dangerous zombie-style knives and machetes, which are to be banned under new legislation.
Under the new measures, it will be illegal to possess, manufacture, sell or transport these weapons. The government is urging anyone who currently has a zombie-style knife or machete to voluntarily hand them in to a knife surrender bin before the official surrender and compensation scheme is launched in the summer.
Don't know about you, but if you were the sort of person to carry around a zombie knife, would you really hand it in?
And let's remember, these knives are so called because they're so serrated and pointed that the sort of fictional world in which zombies exist, the idea is these knives would be able to kill zombies.
Yes, and Yvette Cooper has already come out to say that they haven't banned enough of these types of knives. So shall we speak to Olivia Utley, who is our political correspondent, of course. Olivia, tell me, what's the reaction been, the political reaction from the opposition, from the government itself, on this banning of these knives?
Well, the government's been fighting an uphill battle on this for a long time. It was 2016 when the government first laid out plans to cut out zombie knives. Since then, they've released 16 different press releases on the government website talking about their crackdown on zombie knives. The measures announced today are essentially to close loopholes in the legislation. Previously, it was impossible for a police officer to seize a zombie knife in a person's home. That's now been revised, so police officers can take a weapon at a person's place of residence. Labour says that it does not go far enough. Yvette Cooper has been saying today how Labour would go further. It would both outlaw more knives. The ban on zombie knives is quite specific. A zombie knife is defined as a particular length blade with a particular serrated edge, etc. Labour would ban a wider range of knives, and it would also, it says, crack down on the sale of knives over the internet. Of course, lots of people who are purchasing these knives with the intent to scare, or in some awful cases with the intent to harm or even kill, are purchasing the knives online, and the websites which sell these knives often have very, very lax security checks. You just have to click a button to say that you're over 18. Labour says it's going to crack down on that. This has all really been sped up. The government has been talking about closing this loophole for a long time now, but it's been sped up by Idris Elba, the actor, has started a campaign against knife crime. He spoke to Keir Starmer earlier this week, and that's why this has been fast-tracked through government. The problem for both parties is essentially, yes, they can go a long way to banning particular types of knife, but obviously it is impossible to ban the ownership of knives. There are legitimate reasons why people own knives. And the issue for the Tories is that what we've seen happening since the original ban on zombie knives 7 years ago is that people who want to commit these sorts of crimes use alternative knives instead. And banning all knives is obviously impossible. So it's an uphill battle for both parties, and Labour will probably face very similar problems to the Conservatives if it comes into power later this year.
Yes, I worry it might be a bit of a futile exercise. But thank you very much, Olivia Utley, GB News political correspondent.